recording now. Okay. I kind of want to give everybody a brief introduction. My name is Kristy and I am the MCA for all islands, Big Island, Maui, and Honolulu. So I think I've done this class so many times. And so there's recordings of different versions on our YouTube page. So I think Carrie can actually email everybody a link to it just in case. Today I wanted to do something a bit different. I know that everyone has different questions about G.E.T. Some people are beginners, some people kind of just have one question. So I kind of wanted to go in the beginning to have, everyone that's attending give a little piece of what you're needing from this class. So I have a better idea or gauge on your needs for the G.E.T. class to help you with.
I'll go first.
Okay, Alan.
Aloha, everyone. Happy New Year. So I presently have like my tax person do the G.E.T. filings for me. But I would like to try to save some money and like transition this back to me. The challenge that I have found is with the irregularity of how commissions come in, and that is my primary source of the need to pay GETs, like figuring out a system to like accurately get the GETs paid. What I've experimented with the last 2 years with my accountant person is basically just filing zeros for every single month and then like doing an accurate one after my taxes are done and filed, so we have a accurate accounting of that. But I know that's not the optimal way, so maybe some tips for dealing with that.
So Alan, for you, how do you what is your frequency in filing your GET? Is it monthly?
So like I should be doing it monthly, but like in the beginning, like when I first started, there were like these discrepancies between the G45 and then you kind of fix it with the G49 at the end. And so like for me, like that was too complicated, frustrating, or I didn't want to spend the time to like get my arms around it, so I just kind of pushed it off to someone. But I figured that this year I could start fresh and maybe find a way to do it just like myself, and maybe do it with the frequency that I need to do it, and just that kind of thing. So
okay,
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, Kristy. Yeah. Hi, Jeannie here. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
New Year to everybody. Quick question. So are we going to look into the DA and how that relates back to filing the G45 and G40?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Mahalo.
Anyone else have any specific wants or needs specifically for the GET class?
Hi, Kristy, it's Sunshine.
Hi.
Hi. So I am officially new. I am extremely new to filing GET, so I am unfamiliar with the process. So I just wanted to say that. So yes, I'm here to learn as much as I can from start to beginning.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I'm new with Sunshine. I'm right there.
Okay, because I've been doing this class like a lot, and so there's different versions, but I don't want people to just be, oh God, it's another GET class again, and then they have one specific question. Like I'd rather be very specific on the needs and the wants of you guys. Make sure that I cover the things that you need in the class rather than repeating the same class over and over again, because taxes is not the most exciting topic, so I don't want to bore I'm trying to switch it up 2023. Make it a little bit more entertaining. Anyone else?
maybe it would be helpful to, sorry, maybe be helpful of the people who have joined us to get a sense of like where they are on the spectrum in terms of like newbie, giving me more like all the nitty gritty, or, you know, like I like looking at the faces, I see like all basically new names that I haven't seen before. So
Oh.
my notion is that like a lot of these folks are on the newer side, so it may be beneficial to kind of like go, you know, like there's two, you know, blah, 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 you know, like that.
Well, Alan, you want to know why there's new faces? Because there's KW Maui agents, there's Big Island agents, and Oahu. So that's good.
I have question.
Yeah.
Now, I'm Maui, and I'm almost 2 years. I joined the Keller William, and I'm going to. I have assistant income scheme, assistant, not like a commission. So I do my team leader said to the gross income to calculate for the tax, but I thought maybe net or to calculate it on the
Well,
hand.
so this is not agent commissions, right? How are you getting?
Agent assistant fee, like not like commission. Like I helped the open house, I helped like Instagram or Facebook or some kind of like a promotion to the
Yeah.
feed,
Okay.
like
So do you get paid on the DA? You get paid from the closing,
the closing time, yes.
and you get it paid to from your team leader?
From the
You're on
Keller
a
William,
team?
I think, yeah. From the Keller William. I
Okay.
don't know. I didn't see.
Do me a favor and put in the chat. Can you send me the DA number? Just one DA that you're on, so I
DA
can pull it up on the back end. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. You can. I mean, I have to I have to file the tax 20th, right? The coming
Yeah.
20th.
Everyone has to file on the 20th, whether they're if anyone closed anything in 2022, whether you're new or experienced, everything for 2022, you should file and pay your GET for 2022 by January 20th. So in 3 days, everyone across the board, even if you're a monthly filer, a quarterly filer, or a semi-filer, January 20th is a universal date that everyone has to file for all
That's the-
frequencies.
Yeah, the G49 or
No.
all of your
The
G45.
G45, all
Okay.
for your G45, not your G49.
Okay.
Yes, Leighton. Can you
What if
put yourself on camera, please?
I have to go find my camera? It's someplace in the closet. Okay, wait, where was I? What if I only got paid half of the whole commission? Because for commercial, you only get paid. You get paid half
Doesn't matter.
on closing.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Everybody,
matter.
anything that you get for commissions as a real estate agent, you still have to pay GET on it by January 20th,
How come nothing
Or-
shows up on
the previous year.
when I log in? When you log into paid, your GT, how come nothing shows up?
What do you mean nothing shows up?
You know when you go to pay tax online, right? You
Right,
log in and all of that stuff.
yeah.
It's supposed to show how much you owe and all of that.
No, they're not gonna know how much you owe them because you have to report how much you got paid in 2022 in commissions as a real estate agent. How are they gonna know what your commissions are until you report it?
Oh shit. Okay.
It-
Got it.
Okay.
Say
Wait,
less.
So some of you are new, right? And if you don't have your GET license number, you have to go online and get it. If you haven't closed anything in 2022, you still have time, so no rush, but you should go online. It takes about all but 10 minutes. Just Google BB-1 form and you can get it. Like you can here, I'm just gonna actually put the link on in the chat so that later on everyone can just copy and paste and save that link. I'll do that now. Okay, so that link is the Hawaii State Tax Online, and that's where you make tax payments, make your G.E.T. payments, sign up for a G.E.T. license number, all of that. So after you go onto that link, on the right side, it says registration. And when it says registration, let me share it real quick. So it's gonna look like this when you go to the link. And right here, registration, if you need to get a G.E.T. license number, you hit registration, new business license, and then you go from there. Keep in mind that when they ask you for your business name, it's your name. When they ask you for a tax ID number, it is your social security number, because your social security number is only tax ID number that is tied to your real estate license. It's not the brokerage's EIN number. It's not an LLC that you have if you have one. It is your social security number. Because in the state of Hawaii, you are not, or you cannot be paid with your commissions as an LLC, unless your LLC has a real estate license, has a broker license, which you don't. It's only your social security number. It's your sole proprietor for your business as a real estate agent. So you have to put in social security number, your full name. It is not an LLC that you have or a company that you have. It has to be your name and your social security number. Any questions on that?
I had a question. You said it has to be
Yes.
your full name, or does it have to be the name on your license? For the business?
It's it's your legal name that's on your real estate license.
Okay.
But hopefully that's the same as when you file your tax returns at the end of the year. It's tied to your social security number, so it has to all be the same.
Mhm.
Okay. Is there any other specific questions anyone is here that they need answering other than the basics?
I have one more question.
Mm-hmm.
If like some people said that if you name like a not personal name, like a make like a LLC, then save more tax. I heard that's true.
You can't, well, in the state of Hawaii, your commissions cannot be paid to your LLC. It has to be paid to your individual name tied to your social security number.
Oh, okay, so then doesn't matter the LLC or personal legal name. Nothing mean anything to save the tax anything.
Yeah, it's cannot.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna put in the chat something I want to share with you guys. This is tax facts from the state of Hawaii. So you guys have this on file. Read it on your free time, because it does explain to you why you are not able to get paid on your commissions to your LLC if you have one. So it's very specific on what you can and cannot do. So just save that, the tax facts document for later. And then I'm putting in my email address as well, just in case you guys have any questions after and you forget to ask. Any other specific questions? All right, okay. We'll start with just a few things. So here, let me start sharing screen. And we'll go through the basics pretty quickly, unless someone has, or if anyone has any specific questions. Okay, so general excise tax, it's a privilege tax to do business in the state of Hawaii. This is not the same as your individual tax returns that you have to do that's due on April 20th. This is not the same. They're very, very separate. G.E.T. is a privilege tax that anyone doing business in the state of Hawaii has to pay to the state. And it's a certain percentage of those specific commissions that you get doing business. So on the island of Oahu, it's 4.5%. Maui is 4%. and Big Island and Kauai is 4.5%. So anyone who's engaging in business in Hawaii is required to pay this. Okay, when,
Christy, quick, oh, I'm sorry, Christy. to
no, go
interrupt.
ahead,
Quick question, you know, like if you happen to be transacting on different islands, you need to report like the commission for like a Maui transaction differently than like the other ones? Is there something like that related
Yes.
to Nexus?
So on the G45-4, it'll tell you, are you filing GET for which island? Oahu, Big Island, Maui, and there's an option to put multi-islands. And that's what you're gonna do. And once you put multi-islands, if you're filing your GET online, it'll go through the steps. It'll say, okay, for Oahu, for the island of Oahu, what was the commissions that you received? And then it'll go Big Island, and then it'll say, what was your commission? Then Maui and Kauai. So that's how it'll differentiate the commissions for each island if you are doing business on different types of or different islands.
So we just need to keep track of like which transaction was on which island so we can report it accurately.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, because the only one that's 4% is Maui. Everyone
Right,
else
yeah,
across the board is 4.5. So you're going to be paying 4.5 unless you have a transaction on Maui.
Okay.
So before it was different. So at least now it's kind of all consistent aside from Maui is 4%. Okay. So
I have a question, sorry.
no, go ahead.
If I work also remotely in New York, do I need to report that income on G.E.T. or do I just do it on my tax returns?
Okay, wait, can you repeat that again?
So I work here in Hawaii, and also I have another job remotely in New York. So I'm getting paid in New York also.
Ooh. The job that you're doing in New York, are you an employee? Are you getting a W-2 or do you receive
No,
a 1099?
1099.
Are you a resident in the state of Hawaii?
Yes.
And the business that you have for the New York, is that your business?
It's not business, it's just my also social security.
Okay, you have to pay GET on it. It's because you're not employed by anyone. It's you providing services and you're a resident in the state of Hawaii to someone else. That's your business. I mean, like it's yours. You're the business owner.
Yes.
Pay GET on it.
Okay.
And that would be under services, including professional. That's the category. Number 9.
Sounds good. Thank you.
So there's 3 types of filing frequencies. There's monthly, there's quarterly, and there's semi-annual. Based on how much GET you pay per year determines your frequency. So if you're a new agent, automatically you should be filing semi-annually, so twice a year, because you should be filing the least frequent one for now. And when you pick up and your business is growing, then the state will mail you a letter saying, hey, I noticed that your business is increasing and you've been paying way more in GET. You need to switch to quarterly frequency filing and they'll give you a date. So in the beginning, when you file, it's safe to say file semi-annually, and then the state will mail you a letter telling you, okay, you need to change your frequency to monthly or quarterly. So semi-annually is $2,000 or less that you're paying in GET per year. If you're a quarterly filer, that means that you're paying $4,000 or less. So $4,000 to $2,001 in GET per year. And then you file monthly if you pay more than $4,000 in GET. So keep in mind, this amount is not the amount that you're reporting in commissions. This amount is how much you're paying the state for your GET taxes. So let's say you get your total commissions for 2022 was $10,000, right? That's $10,000 times 4%, right? And so that's how much, or sorry. That's only 400. So you're still going to be paying semi-annually. You're not going to be paying monthly or anything. The $10,000 is your commissions. And so the $4,000 over here just shows the amount that you're paying in taxes in G.E.T. Any questions on that? Okay.
Kristy, will you be able to send us a PDF of these slides?
Yes, I can do that.
Thank you.
The next amount is what amount do I report on, your G.E.T. filing? It's the amount that you're supposed to report is the gross commission income. It gets confusing because your DA, it's not going to say gross commission income is what you're supposed to report. That's not it. So the amount that you're reporting is not necessarily what your check says. So if you close a transaction and you get a check for, let's say, $5,000, that may not be what you're paying G.E.T. on, because there could have been other deductions in your transaction that you still have to count as your income. So we'll go through details of that in a little bit. Okay, so this is a sample DA. It's an example of a distribution authorization form. This is what the agents will use to send to the escrow officer prior to closing. And the escrow officer will use this to cut the checks for your commission, okay? There's 2 pages. The first page is this is the DA, and it's a simple summary of what the escrow company is supposed to cut in checks. So it shows here, okay, the brokerage is getting paid $5,040. The agent is getting paid $8,290. And then there's 2 other payments on the bottom, $100 to the brokerage, and then $570 to American Creed Home Inspections. So this is what escrow uses to cut the checks for the transaction. On the second page of the DA, it'll show the details of the agent, the breakdown of what consists of what's being paid to everybody. So when you look at it, it shows that the gross commission for this transaction is $14,000. And this particular agent split is 70-30 with the brokerage. And it'll show, okay, the agent split is $9,800, which is 70%. And then they pay associate royalties right here for $840. That's the royalty. So that's 6% franchise royalty fee to KWRI. And so what the second page is showing is that the associates $9,800, that's the 70% split. The royalty is getting deducted from that, which is this net commission right here, $8,960. So that net commission amount, that is what you pay in G.E.T. So if this is the only transaction you're going to have for the year, you're paying 4.5% if you're on Oahu, Big Island, or Kauai, 4.5% of $8,960. That's what you're paying G.E.T. on.
Kristy, you don't have to pay G.E.T. on the gross amount, that $14,000. You're paying it on the net commission.
Yes, because $14,000 is the entire commission, but that commission is split between the brokerage and the agent. So the agent pays 4.5% or 4% of only their net commission. The 30% that's going to the market center is paying G.E.T. on it. You don't pay for it because that's not your commission.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so that net commission, so every time you look on your DA, the second page on the column that says net commission, that is the amount that you're adding up. If you have multiple closings, you're adding up that net commission, and then you're timesing it by the G.E.T. tax rate. That's what you're paying. On the bottom, so there's $100 risk fee and American Creed inspection. So this is an example of an agent that is gifting the inspection cost for their client as a gift. So in the transaction, they're telling us, go, hey, out of my commission, I want to pay, I'm paying for that invoice for them, the home inspection for $570. I'm paying that for my client, take it out of my commission and pay American Creed home inspection. So that $570, you are paying G.E.T. on that $570. It's part of the net commissions of the $8,960. It's in there because your check is not an 8,960. It's right here. It's this right here where it says associate check for 8,290. That is how much your check is for. But you're not paying G.E.T. on the 8,290. You're paying it on the net commission. If that makes sense, because you're still gonna be paying G.E.T. on the $570 home inspection because that's your income that you're choosing to gift to your client. The $100 risk management, that's something that you have to pay to the brokerage, and you're paying it out of that transaction. That's income that you still paying G.E.T. on. So those two are part of your net commissions amount of $8,960. That's why sometimes you're not going to be paying G.E.T. on the check amount that you actually receive. It's what's on your DA. Okay, so there's two ways for you to file your G.E.T. You can either pay online with the link that I sent via chat, or you can pay, you can print out a paper G45 form and fill it out. So this is a sample G45 form online that you could either handwrite or you can save it on your computer and just put in the numbers and then mail it out to them. But keep in mind, if you snail mail it to the state tax department and not file it online, you have to make copies of the G45 form that you sent to them along with your check and the postmarked date of your envelope. Because if they come back and they say, hey, you're late, we didn't get your check on time, you have to prove otherwise that it was mailed out on time. It has to be mailed out, post-dated on it on the 20th. And you have to keep a copy of that or they're going to penalize you. Let's see. So this is a copy of the due dates. Your G45 is always due on the 20th business day of the calendar month. So if you're a monthly filer, it's every month on the 20th. So let's say right now, let's say we're in February and you're paying for January. January's G.E.T., if you're a monthly filer, is due on February 20th. If you're a quarterly filer, those are the dates that each quarter your G.E.T. is due. And then semi-annual is always July 20th and January 20th. That's why January 20th is it's a universal date, because whether you're a monthly, quarterly, or semi-annual filer, everyone's taxes are due on January 20th. Any questions on this?
Kristy, just a quick question, going back to the DA, and I don't know, okay, so if on your GCIs, if the seller is paying the GE tax and there's a number in that puka, can you just review how to handle that?
If there's a number in the puka?
Yeah, okay, so on the DA, you have the gross amount,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll have the GCI, and then there might be an amount in the line underneath that, which is the tax, okay, which is the tax,
Mm-hmm.
and the check amount will be different, yeah? So,
Yes.
yeah, so I just wanted to have some clarity on that tax line, which means that the seller is paying for your portion of the GE tax, yeah?
So
that-
if there is GET on your DA, meaning the seller is paying for your portion of your GET,
Yeah,
you're
yes.
paying GET on the entire amount
Mhm.
with the amount that they're giving. So for this example, this net commissions right here for 8,960, if
Mhm.
there's GET tax on it, this amount is different.
Mhm.
It's 8,960 times your GET tax rate. So for Maui, on the seller's contract, the GET payment that usually the seller gives you is 4.166%. On Oahu, it's the sales tax. If your client is paying for your GET, it's 4.712%. So you're timesing this net commissions by whatever island sales tax or GET that's on the contract, and that's what you're paying your GET on. It's going to be this 8,960 plus that 4.712%. You're paying GET on that total amount.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see. There is an annual reconciliation form called G49. So instead of G45, it's G49, and it's for you to reconcile all of the G45s that you filed for that particular year. This is due on April 20th. It's the same date that your Hawaii state individual tax returns are due. It's always April 20th. Well, the business, if April 20th lands on a business day. If April 20th doesn't land on a business day, then it'll be due on the following business day after April 20th. That's when your GET is due, and that's when your individual tax returns are due if you have not filed an extension. And so the G49 form looks very, very similar to your G45 form. So it looks like this. And it's basically you putting in every single amount that you reported for your G45, and you're reconciling to see if, okay, this is the total that I got for 2022, and this is the amount of tax payments I made for GET. Does it add up? Or this is your chance to, if you made a mistake or an error on any of your GET payments throughout the year, this is where you fix it. You're like, oh yeah, I accidentally put in, $500 less or over than what I received. You put it on the G49 to pay or get a refund because of any errors that you made in your previous year. Does anybody have questions on this? So I'm gonna share with you. Okay, can you guys all see this?
Can you make it bigger?
Yeah, can you zoom her?
Hard to see.
Yeah,
There you go.
mahalo.
So this is I just did a sample G45 form. This is not the handwritten one. This is the one that you'll save it on your PDF file, and then you'll just type out, and then you'll mail it out yourself. You'll print it out, sign it, mail it out yourself. So this is the sample one, and it shows what you have to fill out, right? You have to fill out the period that's ending, your GE license number, the last 4 digits of your social security number goes here, and your name, right? And so you're going to go through the motions on this. What you're going to be putting in for your commissions, there's 2 areas that you can actually put in for your commissions. You can put it in on this one right here, line 9, services including professional, or you can put it under 12 under commissions. Either or is okay with the state, so you can put your commissions total here, any of those 2 places. And you're putting it on column A. So you're putting them out in column A. Column B, there's no exemptions or deductions for agents. There's nothing. So you're going to skip column B, and then column C, you're putting the same number that you put in column A, because it's just column A minus column B, and there's nothing for column B for you. So you're just putting the same amount from column A to column C for either services, including professional, or commissions. And then you're going to go down and you're going to go to the second page, and it'll show you based on what your what island you're on that you're doing business on, and then you'll put in the amount over here. So it's your county surcharge. So for all the islands other than Maui, you're getting your total commissions and you're timesing that by 0.005. And you're doing that, and you're putting your gross amount here. So let's say we're on Oahu, you're going to put your total commissions here. So let's say your total commission is 10,000, you're putting it right here. And in column C, you're putting in the same amount, the taxable income. And you're checking off here that you're doing business on Oahu. And then there's another option here that shows you that you're doing multi-islands. If you keep in mind that if you're filing this online, it's a formula. So once you put in the numbers, it'll total it for you. So you don't have to do any calculations. It'll automatically put in a number and it'll do the calculations for you on the tax rates. But if you're going to be doing this by snail mail, then you're going to have to calculate it yourself. So the easiest thing to do is, in the very beginning, you're going to add up all your net commissions on your DA, and then you're going to times it by your G.E.T. tax rate, like 4% or 4.5. And so you have that number, you know, okay, this is my total G.E.T. amount that I have to pay. And when you're following the instructions on the G45 form, you got to keep in mind that that total amount has to be what's matching on your G45 after you do all the step-by-step calculations. And it's pretty simple. You just gotta read it though. You gotta read the instructions. So it tells you, like, you know, part 4, county surcharge, right? You have to enter the amounts from part 2, column C, to each county, right? And then you're gonna check off what island you're on, and then you're gonna go to part 6, and you're actually gonna put in the number, like here. So here, if you're on Oahu, you're gonna put in whatever your total taxable income was from column C. You're timesing that by 0.005%, and you're putting that amount here. And here, the taxable income, you're timesing that by 0.04% and putting that amount here. And then line 26, it tells you enter the amount from part 3 if you have something from part 3, which is insurance commissions, and that has nothing to do with real estate agents. So you're going to skip that. And you just keep following the instructions. Line 27, 28, total taxes due for 24 and 24 through 27. So you're going to add these 2 taxes, and you're going to put it right here where it's due. You're skipping 29 if you're not late, and you don't have to assess any penalties or interest. And then you're putting the total amount here. So you're adding lines 28 and 29 and putting it here. It's basically step by step, but you have to read the instructions, like read every line, just so that you're not making any errors. Easiest thing to do is file it online because it calculates it for you. And let's see. You skip line 31 because you're not amending it. You skip line 32, 33, and 34 actually. And then you're putting the total payable here. And enter your payment amount that you're cutting the check for over here. That's all you're doing. And then you're done. But then you're gonna make sure that this amount right here on line 36 matches what you calculated previously. When you did the calculations on your total commissions times 4.5%, that has to match this amount at the very bottom, line 36. Yes, Aaron.
If we was to get referral checks from somewhere else, like from another state, where would we put that?
Referral checks from another state, you're still reporting it, same thing as commissions. You get a DA from us still. Referral checks are still, you still get a DA, and you're putting that as commissions because it is commissions to you. It's referral commissions for you. And it's your real estate agent and you're doing business and a resident of Hawaii, you have to pay that tax for the referrals. You have to pay the GET. Just like how you have to pay your individual taxes on that commissions, even though it was a referral, it's still income coming to you. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's that. Okay, we'll go back to this slide. If you're going to be mailing out your G45 and G49, you make your checks payable to Hawaii State Tax Collector. You mail it to Hawaii State Department, and that's the address that you send it to. If you're doing it online, these are the links to go to, which I sent earlier. The GET fax page is what I gave you via PDF on the chat. And then that is the link to go online to pay for your GET. That's basically it. Does anyone have any questions?
So like if you happen to have a month or a quarter, God forbid, not 6 months worth, but if like you didn't have anything, you still file it and just put zeros in everything.
Yes. So once you get your GE license number and you're a semi-annual filer, and let's say you got your GE in January, and for semi-annual filers, your GET isn't due until July 20th. Let's say you didn't have any commissions, nothing yet. You still have to file your GET and you got to put zero commission, zero payment, and just mail it out. Because if you don't, they're later on, they're going to email, they're going to mail you something like, hey, you filed the GET, you didn't, you filed a GE license, but we didn't receive any payments for any GET. You still have to report it. They're going to send you something. Even if you have no commissions, you still have to file a zero GET. Any other questions, or have I covered all the questions that you had, or do you have any other questions or anything that you came here to figure out as far as GET is concerned?
I have one more.
Mhm.
I introduced someone, and she made a commission, and I got like associate, like a little, really small, like how to say, to thank you kind of money. How to say? And I introduced someone to Kara Williams. She made a deal, and she got the commission, and I got a little money from the company.
Oh, profit share. You got profit share.
Profit share. So this also, I don't remember. I got the number or anything. This one I have to report to the GE tax.
Is it a commission, or is that a profit share thing, or is that really like a referral fee?
Not referral.
Commission.
Profit.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so
Okay.
much.
So for profit share,
yeah.
So, okay, for profit share, this gets tricky. You're gonna get a 1099 from KWRI.
Oh, then I don't need anything in this time.
They're gonna send it to you by January 30th. So they're gonna mail it to the address you have on file, and also on your KW intranet, under forms, it says tax, and it'll have all the 1099s that KWRI has sent you throughout the years for profit share, if you ever had one.
So I'm confused. So I don't need GET tax after 3 days. I have to add it, the little money, to as like a income, like commission income, or this one's completely separate.
It's separate from your GET. However, it's different if it's over $500.
No, less than that.
Yeah, because they're not profit share 1099s. They're not obligated to give you, or they're not obligated to give you a 1099 if it's less than $500.
Okay, thank you so much. Really small, yeah. Thank you so much. Still, I get something.
Any other questions?
I had one question. So you have to do the GET license for any business that you do in Hawaii?
Yes. So let's say you own a cleaning business, and that's your own business, and you named it Emily Harness LLC.
But what if you're an author and you have a publishing company? So I'm an author. That's what I'm confused on.
Well,
And the publishing company is on mainland.
when you're getting income from your book or royalties, what are they sending you at the end of the year? A 1099?
1099.
So that's your business. You're a writer.
Yeah.
You're a resident in the state of Hawaii.
Okay, so yes, as of now, I'm registered in the state of Hawaii, so I would have to have the GET license now.
You're doing business in the state of Hawaii because you're a resident here, and it's still, you're doing business as a writer. So you
Okay.
have to report that income for yourself. That's your business.
Okay.
Any other questions? I think that's it. I mean, a lot of the frequent questions I get is, can I get paid through my LLC? And just want to remind you guys, no, you can't. Unfortunately, in the mainland, you can't. Different states have different laws, and some of the states in the mainland, they allow you to get your commission checks paid through your own LLC. However, in the state of Hawaii, they do not, because that LLC is required by law to have a real estate license. And if that LLC does not, you can't get commission checks on it. It has to have a license, a real estate license. That's why agents hang their license with the brokerage, and the brokerage is an LLC, and that's why the brokerage can get paid on the commissions, because we have a license, we have an RB license, right? That's why. So no LLC payments. As far as I think people asked, other frequent questions they had is like, how do I save taxes and stuff? Please refer to your CPA.
I have another question.
Yes.
If I have rental income in New York, do I still pay GET here? Rent investment property?
Are you a resident in the state of Hawaii?
Yes.
Oh gosh. Okay. I'm not sure, because you're receiving rent from the mainland. You have to ask your CPA. If you had rental income in the state of Hawaii, like you have rental business here, yes, you have to report it. But if you're getting rental income from another state, I'm not certain. I'm not certain.
Okay, I'll check with him. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, guys. what I'll have RJ do is he's gonna send me a list of the attendees and we'll email you all the PDF file of the PowerPoint slide so that you can have that on the side for reference. Like if you forget and you want to know like what the due dates are or what the amount threshold is for the frequency of your filing, you could just use that as reference. Or actually, if it's easier, maybe I'm just gonna actually attach it to this chat right now so you guys have it. That's easier. Actually, I'm gonna attach the PowerPoint slide for you. Okay. So, sorry, it's downloading. There you go. So you can copy and paste that and use that as reference going forward. And if you have any questions that you forgot to ask in the class, again, you can email me at klrw946@kw.com or klrw1002@kw.com or klrw1168. Whichever number is your market center, just email there. I'll find it. Okay, guys, Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thanks,
Bye.
Kristy. Mahalo.
Mahalo, Kristy. Bye.
Bye. See you on Friday.